I am just sitting outside our place right now, and it's so crazy how quiet it is. It's like an unbelievable quiet. Very little sounds, and it's just you in the middle of like almost nothingness. I mean, I'm at a place here, I'm not like in the middle of the woods or anything, but still it's able to generate a little bit of that same sense that I get when I'm out hiking and in the middle of like nowhere. Got a little visit from a bee just now. Yeah, this is fun. I feel like there's a big part of this that is just good for the mind to be able to reflect in places like this. It doesn't have to be a desert. I think there are a lot of places that generate this kind of moment to yourself. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy it and then think about what kind of adventure I want to go on today. Clara and I are back at Big Bend National Park.
Day two,
And right now we are in front of the Chisos Mountains. We're driving actually on the way to Santa Elena Canyon, and we're just stopping by to take in the view and get some pictures and stuff along the way. This is a particularly fantastic spot to get the Chisos Mountains from afar. And in there, in the center, that's like the window that we got to see yesterday. Right now, just wanted to share, and we're gonna continue heading on to the Santa Elena Canyon. We just pulled over to look at a really big rock mountain at first, but apparently there's like a canyon here called Tough Canyon, so we're walking out to take a quick look at it.
Wait, is this a trail?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Dude, that looks fun.
Wow.
If someone push you into this, it's gonna hurt.
We are gonna be heading back over to our original destination, Santa Elena. And on the way back, we'll see.
Oh, whether we hike here or not?
Yeah. We pulled over to the side of the road because there's this really interesting looking mountain here, chocolate and red colored with slats of really white rock cutting through it. And additionally, there are two things that look like trunks of trees, and that's really catching Clara's eye. What she's noting is if they were trees in the past, they were ginormous. And yes, they're huge. It's incredible. So we're just taking a second to check this area out and take a look at all the coloration that's going on. You got greens, reds, whites. Contrast is
Very interesting.
it's yeah, spectacular.
These red one, the sound that it's making, it's what is it? It's like very clean. See? It's like a more high.
Yeah.
clinking.
Yeah, like glass almost. But anyway, that is trunk number 1 right there. And over here, that is mysterious tree trunk number 2. And you can see in this mountain part here, hopefully, the chocolate color, slight mossy greens over here, and running through it are these red, deep red, almost purpley colors running through. And then as we move down, you see the whites. And then coming over here, you got like orange, green, and red, all like littered in between each other. It's insane. It's amazing. I'm really glad we pulled by this area. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we pulled over to the side of the road because we saw a bunch of these vultures
Looks like vultures.
on this random tree, and wow.
Sir, you're too heavy for that branch.
I know technically it's not really anything amazing, but I've just never seen them this close before. It's insane.
There's another one sitting at the electric pole. It's a little far. You see?
Mm-hmm. Pulled over to the side because we saw a sign that said Desert Mountains Overlook, and that's got to be crazy, right? It looks like it's just a short walk from where we pulled over, and then there's like this little standing point for us to take a look at. So that's what it is, and you can see maybe that little picture sign thing. So yeah, should be pretty simple, and we're gonna go check out what's there. Take a look at this sign. There's Emery Peak, South Rim, and Elephant Tusk. And as we look out into the distance, we are trying to find them. And alright, so right there is Emery Peak, that one in the middle. This one is South Rim. And then this one is Elephant Tusk. And there we have it. Some of the desert mountains from very far away. That's it. It was literally like a 5-second walk. We're gonna be heading back, but I do want to point out that on the other side is this huge stretch of mountain, and it's so crazy. To me, it reminds me of that giant wall in Game of Thrones. Like if you look at, just feels like this towering wall. Like look at how small our car is, and we're still like super far away from that thing. You can't see anything on the other side.
Ooh, roadrunners.
Oh! The thing about moments like this is that I really wish I brought my zoom lens, because along the way there were quite a few sightings of roadrunners here and there, but this is the best that I could capture with the 35mm range, which isn't bad when I really think about it, because Well, anyway, I didn't want to go all camera geek in this little section here, but seeing the roadrunners throughout the experience at Big Bend was a really nice treat. From time to time, I couldn't help but think about how funny it is that the cartoon roadrunner is so different from what a real roadrunner actually looks like. It's almost like the cartoon version is a mix between a roadrunner and an ostrich, but maybe 25% or significantly less roadrunner. That was completely unexpected. I was talking about the Game of Thrones wall, and suddenly roadrunners completely distracted my attention, but you know what?
Oh, there's another one walking.
It was totally worth it. So yeah, 2 roadrunners kind of close in proximity. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we're gonna be heading back to our original destination, the Santa Elena Canyon. Clara and I are at the beginning of the trailhead of the Santa Elena Canyon. Turns out that giant wall that we were looking at was the Santa Elena Canyon. I'm glad because I was really interested in that giant wall, and now we're here at that wall, which is the canyon. The thing about today is that I completely forgot to bring the tripod, so I'm not going to be able to get like really interesting, cool shots of both me and Clara hiking.
Oh, what is that?
Whoa. Some kind of furry bug. Okay, that was cute, but probably dangerous, and we have no idea. It's crawling into a hole right now. Also cute, but who knows, maybe dangerous. But
The ants over here are red.
the ants over here are red. Who knows? They're also kind of big too. Yeah, anyway, a lot of the shots that you'll see in this video will be me holding the camera, and I'll have Clara modeling the walking. Yes, exactly like that. So it'll seem like she's by herself probably, unless I think of a better way to do this. But yeah, hope you enjoy, and I can't wait to see how this goes.
Yeah, me too.
Let's do it. We're walking towards the canyon, and very cloudy conditions, and we're hearing some thunder, some rumbling happening. So we don't know what that's gonna mean. It is kind of dark and stormy cloud looking, although not as bad yet. It's looking like it's forming. So we're gonna get over there and see what we can find. Alright, so we just made it to the opening of the Santa Elena Canyon, and it is pretty cool to be standing right here. Really nice to hear that rushing of the water. There's like some foam at the edges, which is always kind of funny and weird and interesting to see anyway. In the shallow parts of the water, you can hear like these fish or something just like moving or splashing around. Pretty cool. And I think what this trail is supposed to do is take us into that canyon. So that's what we're going to be exploring next. We did feel a couple of drops of water, so maybe it might start raining. I hope it doesn't. Out in the distance, I can see some rain happening over in the other parts of Big Bend. So I hope it doesn't start happening here. It looks like the rain is on that side. Oh, I felt another drop, but I'm hoping to at least get as far as we can inside just to check it out before it starts to rain. To get over to the canyon, we are actually crossing a dry spot of the river. I'm under the impression that during rainier seasons, the river will rise and you'll have to go out further to find a dry stretch of land to walk across. there was a tiny climb up, which wasn't difficult at all, and once we got up there, the vegetation and plants seemed to suddenly change. So we have officially made it to the other side of the water. We crossed a dry spot and are now walking through some trees that are growing off of this ledge, which does look very interesting, by the way. Oh, some kind of bird just flew. But yeah, this little walkway is really cute and kind of freaky, creepy looking at the same time if you want to look at it that way. And I think pretty soon we will be at the point of the canyon itself. Pretty excited. And I don't know if you can see behind what?
Calcite crystal.
So here are some calcite crystals just forming on the rock. You can see it everywhere, actually. So we are now going towards the trail. Claire's getting pictures of cacti growing on the side of the rock. We are getting some more droplets of rain. I still want to see if we can make it, in the canyon a bit, because that's going to be just super cool. If it rains a little bit, I'm not going to be too worried about that. If it rains a lot, then I'll be worried.
Shall we continue?
Mm-hmm. So I think we just did all of the outside edge of the climb up, and right now we are making our way inside of the canyon, which is pretty exciting. Just on the outside alone, there are so many things to see. The cacti. At one point, there was even fossils of like oysters or something that used to live on the sides of these cliffs. That was pretty cool too. Out in the distance, you could see it's thundering really hard over at the main Big Bend area. So, anyway. We shall continue our little hike. This is so cool. We just took some pictures on the edge of one of the cliffs, which is always frightening. And then additionally, the further in we go, we see these really interestingly square and rectangular shaped rocks. And we're just admiring them and thinking about the sounds it must have made when they were falling off of the top portion of these cliffs, which I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And the further in we go, the more interesting and pretty these rock formations are of the canyon itself. Once we get in there, we're gonna try to do some echoing just for fun. And speaking of echoing, there's also this bird in the canyon that's known for its echoing and cascading melody. It's called the canyon wren, and while we didn't get a chance to see it, we did get to hear it. We just made it down the heights portion of the trail, and right now we are in this entryway of a grassy area, lots of trees, and the hiker that was coming through told us that it's worth going all the way to the end. Along the way, we're gonna have to push some grass out of the way and stuff like that, which I don't really like to do because I don't like the way it feels, but I'm willing to do it. We've been doing it so far. I just anticipate that there's gonna be a little bit more. Let's do it. Let's do this trail. This portion started off very sandy, which was strange because of how different it made this area feel compared to the rest of the trail so far. This concept of drastically changing environments is something that's always been very fascinating to me. It's almost like an invisible doorway to a new realm, or the next level to a game. A change of pace that makes your mind sort of open up and reflect on the seemingly infinite possibilities that exist in the world. This part of the trail is definitely starting to get grassier. As we walk, it seems like some lizards like to pop out and run across. The first one that popped out kind of spooked me, and when it spooked me, it spooked Clara a little bit. After a while, a few more did it and start to get used to it. We're getting close to the end now. Getting close. One thing that really made this canyon stand out compared to the Boquillas Canyon that we saw yesterday is the sheer size of everything. The Boquillas Canyon was big, but on this trail, we were walking through an even taller canyon, and the fact that we were able to walk inside it made it so that the walls seemed to swallow us whole. Instead of looking at all the shapes of the canyon walls from a distance, we were now surrounded by them, engulfed in a way where it's almost hard to believe that you're still in the same place. And after a few more minutes of trekking through the grassy and sandy trail, we made it as far as we could go. All right, me and Clara have just finished the end of the trail, and we are here inside of the Santa Elena Canyon. And as we said earlier, we're gonna do a little echo sound once we got here. So here is Clara. I'm gonna get the shot ready. I can hear myself echoing a little bit. And ready when you are.
Whoa.
Whoa, that was crazy.
I don't know how to do that before.
Hello! Seems the birds are talking back with me. I love you!
And I love you too!
So, as you can hear, Claire's still trying the little whistle thing. But that is going to be us for this trail. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think that it's going to be fantastic on the way back as well. Actually, you know, as a fun fact, I think on the other side, this side of the canyon that we can't walk on is actually the Mexico side.
It is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
This is the Santa Elena Canyon trail. I recommend it. Very scenic, probably one of the best things to do in Big Bend, for sure. I mean, it's not like I have a good sample of everything there is to do in Big Bend, but so far, for a quick day trip, I highly suggest it. It was starting to sound like a wet fart.
You should try your fart. Before we leave, we must do one last try.
That doesn't carry as much. Besides the fart noises we did at the end, we saw some more lizards. I saw a cicada for the first time with my very own two eyes. And Clara also acted as DJ on the smooth mineral formations in the middle of some of the rocks. DJ Clara. We also, surprisingly, saw some more cows on the way back to our car, but overall, this was it for our little hike. And I hope you had a good time adventuring with us too.